Well, it has been a wild ride, but it is now time for us to wrap up Kingdom Hearts 3. Well, the main game at least. The DLC is going to be coming out later this year, so... in this episode, we're going to be basically doing all the things that I never bothered to do during the main playthrough. First thing we're doing is collecting all of the classic Kingdom games, all the ones that I didn't pick up as we went along. So we have that one there, we've got this one here. There's quite a lot of them all together, and all of them basically function as a very basic Tiger Electronics Game & Watch style game. I'm going to be showing off all of them at 4 times the speed, because I think to show you all of them unedited would classify as some kind of torture, and I'm pretty sure that is banned by the Geneva Convention, so I won't subject you to that. Anyway, there's the thing I completely forgot to get before, even though I was like right on the verge of getting it. And there we are. That is oh no, one more, sorry. That is all of the treasure chests for the games. And apparently these enemies here don't take kindly to me stealing their treasure, so I'm just going to have to quickly finish them off before we progress. Let's give them all a shoot. A big dang shoot with bees. Now that I've beaten the game, I'm pretty goddamn strong, so I can mow through enemies. And I only just realised that the honey shot lock actually slows down enemies. It makes them all sticky. That is gross and clever. I like it. Very nice. How about that fucking ending, though? Oh god, it's been a long time since we recorded that session, but wow, that ending. What a slap in the goddamn face. There was some feedback, both in the thread and also in the video's comments. Mateo brought up a very good point, which was that Nomura stated that this isn't the end of Kingdom Hearts, just the Xehanort saga, which, you know what, maybe, yeah, you're right, I did misconstrue that, but god damn it, it could have been the overall ending, couldn't it? It could have just wrapped up and had a neat ending, you know, beginning, middle, and an end, spanning over 13 games, and then the next game could have just been another game in the Kingdom Hearts universe. You know, so Keyblades, Darkness and Hearts are still a thing, but whole new cast, all that jazz. That would have been great, wouldn't it? That would allow people who've, you know, felt ostracised by this game's convoluted plot to hop back into it. But, c'est la vie. Anyway, here are the games. There was catch the letters with your plane, catch the eggs in the boxes, and put them in the other boxes. This one was a bastard, and I kept losing it. You have the... oh, this one's just a straight-up Game & Watch game. This one's a little more complex. You've got to get up to the Mad Doctor, getting through his dungeon, kill the spider, and he's dead. Mow the lawn. This one is easy as piss. Taxi game. Crazy Taxi, this is not. This one was a bastard. This one is actually one that goes on forever until you lose. So I was sitting there playing for ages trying to get the victory screen to finish the game, even though I'd far gone past the threshold for victory. Over here you have catch the burbs, shoot the bugs, kill them heckin' bugs, another infinite one, so after so much playing, I just kinda let myself die. I just wrapped it up. Then we have hot dog game. You've got to serve the hot dogs. You've got to serve them how the people want them as well. So you've actually got to use your brain on this one. You don't just do a very simple rudimentary task. I think I like this one the best. Golf. It's just Jolf. Where the little square goes is where your ball's gonna land. Par. Circus game. Throw the balls around. This is basically just hit the ball, the game. Running race. Done. It's just... yeah, that one just goes. Klondike Kid. We got some tobogganing on this one. Dodge the trees, dodge the branches, and use your Keyblade to hit the barrels back at Pete. Pegleg Pete, as he was called back in those days. Then you have Mickey's Kitten Catch. This one is kind of a Space Invaders kind of deal, where You don't want to let the little cats with the adorable little saws fuck up the furniture. Later on, they come equipped with artillery, because fuck you. Fishing! You just catch a lot of fish, don't get eaten by the big fish. And then you have Beach Party with this big bastard octopus, where the issue with this one is that it's so easy that this could actually go on forever. I had to let myself lose this one. Mickey's Prison Escape. Done. Banana Catch. This one is just basic as shit. Sometimes spiders will drop, and the spiders will take time off of you. You have actually a full minute to complete all of that. Baseball. I'm English, so I don't get how baseball works. I'll let it speak for itself. I win. Boxing with the Mechanical Man. Done. And Mickey Steps Out, where you have to do timed jumps to catch notes and avoid pitfalls. Pretty simple one, and by completing all of the classic Kingdom games to a acceptable standard, you unlock something very special. You unlock the classic Tone Keyblade, which is a magical Keyblade that has similar properties to the Toy Story one. The difference here, we will demonstrate with some of the battle gates. So, this is the part where I really wish I could be like, here is the Olympus Colosseum, this fantastic feature that's been in all the Kingdom Hearts games, but no, they just didn't have the Colosseum. Instead we have these, which are fine. They're just big hordes of enemies, they're several waves long each. Some of them are improved versions of boss fights. But at this level they're all fairly easy, and here is the classic Tone being put to use. Your basic shot lock darts you around in a very 1930s animated feature fashion. Going through gates and everything. Feels a little bit like that one character from Skullgirls, whatever her name is, Peacock. It's a little bit like Peacock. And that extends to my actual alternate form, the Boom Hammer. Honk honk. Imagine fighting Xehanort with this goofy bullshit. It's so good. Yeah, the cool thing about this is because, as a little reference to the fact that those cartoons are all from the past, there's a lot of time magic bound to this arsenal of weaponry. So there are loads of moves that will slow down your enemies as you hit them. And then you have the Limit Break, which straight up casts slow on all your nearby enemies. So if you were struggling to keep up with certain enemies, just give them a couple of baps with this, and they will very quickly go down. Out of all the secret optional Keyblades, this one is the easiest to get, and probably the one most worth getting. If you don't mind listening to 8-bit beeps and boops. 8-bits being generous. If you're happy to listen to little digitized bits and boops for a long time, then this is the Keyblade for you. This is the one you want to take into the end game. And yeah, this fight just keeps going. All of the Battlegate fights are like this, but when you complete them, you get Xehanort reports, or Ansem reports, or secret reports they're called. There's always a bunch of reports in every Kingdom Hearts game. A bunch of dossiers that serve as extra backstory. As if this game needs more backstory. I'll put them in the threads. I'll just type them up in the threads. They won't fit in the YouTube description, so check them out. Because, yeah. Or don't check them out, because this game's ending proved disappointing enough that I don't think a couple of pages of text is going to fix them. You know, I don't think Viren Rex will be justified by the several pages of cryptic backstory, most of which I can't even tell who wrote them. Like, usually you have the reports which are written by just Ansem, or Xehanort's Heartless, or just Xemnas, but these ones are written by a bunch of different people. Some of them are signed and some of them are not. So even the dossiers that are written to help make the game less cryptic are also cryptic in this. Just straight up slap in the face, I would say, honestly. Slap in the goddamn face. There goes the last one, and we're going to breeze through the rest of the Battlegate fights, because you get the point. The second one is also in Olympus Coliseum. So what we do is we have ourselves a little glide over to where Zeus is hanging out. And for this one, we ended up having to fight a big fuck-off axe guy, as if we haven't fought enough of this bastard. He gives us a lot of experience when he dies, though, because he's very, very defensive. Lovely. The next one is actually in Twilight Town. So for this one, we have to fight a sorcerer, who, if you've played Kingdom Hearts 2, you'll remember is an absolute motherfucker. He is, like, Xemnas's representative nobody, and he's immune to magic completely, and those bloody cubes. He does not let you get in easily with those bloody cubes. Thankfully you have the warp in this game, the teleport, so you could just whip over to him and fuck him up with a boom hammer. Which works for me. And gets me a crystal. Lovely stuff. Another report, and Toy Story World. For this one, we're in the Toy Town where we fought the boss. There's loads of little enemies about, and I'm actually struggling to find the last one. Which is why I'm glad that this thing locks on. Boom. Get done. That gives us a Mega Elixir, as if we need that at this point in the game. And then we go back to the toy box to take on some more robots. Quite a lot of robots in this one, and all of them with pretty high health. And also 3 of those dragon toys, 3 of those mini-bosses, just 3 of them. Casually all spamming electric attacks. They all dead. And you know what, I think we'll do maybe 1 or 2 more of these battle gates, then we'll go back to finding optional Keyblades. So, horrible, horrible horse. If I didn't hate horses as much as Tim did before, I do after fighting this fucker. He's so defensive. Magic thankfully eats through him. You'll notice a lot of thunder spam in this video. Yeah, I wasn't lying when I said thunder's kind of OP. Later on in the Tangled World, we have Mary Poppins, who goes down very easily as I slice her right through the patoot. And that gives us the 7th report. We'll leave the reports for now, and we'll be back to those later. Because it's now time to cook! Let's do some cooking with Remy the Rat, who only just realised the fact that he's not voiced means we don't get to listen to any Patton Oswalt, and I'm really sad about that because he owns. Never mind. So, for all these cooking games, the more you do them, the better you get with the timing, and when your timing is good enough, you can basically get an excellent on all of them. Getting an excellent on enough of them actually boosts your restaurant's rank, and if you complete enough recipes to a high standard, keeping in mind that bonus recipes are unlocked after you've beaten the game, then you will get a 5-star restaurant and a secret Keyblade, as well as a couple of cutscenes. And I think it's only fitting that I make Ratatouille because, of course, you know, that's some good Ratatouille. In fact, that's the first one I got perfectly, so yay. Anyway, many courses later, a little bit of seamless editing there, as I've now completed about half of the recipes to an excellent standard. We complete a pumpkin veloute. Very nice. And then we have this little bastard with the salt shakers. I hated this one. I hated trying to figure this one out. But this is the method. The key is to look out for the little purple sparkles. That's when you want to basically do things. When the little purple sparkles tell you to. There's my star. Did enough to get a star.
Ha! My bistro's future is looking bright. The new recipes are a smash. Those ingredients of yours must really have got little chef's gears a-turning. Soon we'll be chasing customers away. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, you capitalistic old fuck. You're the worst. Exploiting this goddamn rat for his cooking skills. Anyway, yeah, many recipes later. Sorry, my bad. This is where I've now completed about half of them, as the first star is not that hard to get. Here we go.
All right. We did it.
You get very sick of these minigames after doing so many of them, but you know, at least you get these very rewarding cutscenes to make up for it.
Me business is booming. Splendid, just splendid. You two have outdone yourselves. The critics are going cuckoo and the register ka-ching. I can't wait to see what it is you'll cook up next. Dorking the customers.
We try. Right, little chef?
Do you ever get the feeling of deja vu, wee laddie? I'm pretty sure you said that before. Yep, that's my Scottish accent, I apologise. Anyway, double eggs. When you crack the eggs real good, you get 2 yolks. That's how eggs work. And that is a delicious looking berries au fromage. I kind of want to eat that. A lot of these foods look very delectable. There's my final star. And that is us done with Le Grand Bistrot, and to an extent, I guess you could call it the Ratatouille world.
Hey, little chef. Your bistro turned out to be a big hit.
Yeah, everybody in the whole town loves it.
Good idea, Uncle Scrooge.
Aye, naturally. But to be perfectly honest, I'm actually a wee bit surprised myself.
Gosh, Uncle Scrooge, I thought you had this all planned out in advance.
No, I was just winging it.
Oh, I had the business side of it planned down to the finest detail. The open-air theatre, the flyers, the promo data, the whole kit and caboodle. But that wasn't enough. It was Little Chef's commitment to his craft, his desire to put smiles on everyone's faces that made the bistro a success. A heart that cares that much is like a giant magnet. It grabs you and pulls you right in.
That must be why we like hanging around Sora. Don't you think so, Donald?
Yeah,
Aye, and perhaps why Little Chef took such a shine to you in the first place.
Thank you, you disgusting creature.
Folks are hungry for connection, so you lads, keep 'em well fed.
Sure thing. Right, little chef?
And with that, we get the Grand Chef Keyblade, which is super busted. It's so good. It functions similarly to the Olympus Coliseum's Keyblade, actually. It's not too far from that, but with a slight culinary twist, if you will. So, here we are with the Demon Tower, the fucker I still need to take a picture of. God damn it. So, let's try and multitask taking a photo of Demon Tower whilst demonstrating the Grand Chef. So, let's batter this little fool a little bit. And you'll notice that little fire finisher. So the, unless that was him doing a move on me, which it probably was, this Keyblade has loads of fire-based attacks attached to it, what with the whole cooking theme. And now we're fighting with an actual saucepan, or frying pan rather, with a fuckload of dope-looking fire attacks. So yeah. If you like the cooking minigame and you don't mind maybe googling a little bit to find where all the recipes are, or the ingredients are, because that is the hard part, then this might be the Keyblade for you. This Keyblade is ridic. It does so much damage, and then you get this food-based attack, which just fucks everybody up real good. So that's nice. I still need to take a photo of this motherfucker. Attacking him's all well and good, but I need a photo. I'm gonna throw Mike Wazowski at him and clear out some of the jobbers. And let's try and get this snap on. I'm sure there'll be an opportunity, because I definitely need this. Oh, by the way, finisher. Just light him on fire. Lightly roast him, lightly toast him. Lovely. Alright, goddamn shadows. It's really hard to get a photo op in this. Like, really hard, though. I'm gonna deal with all the little bastards first, there's less opposition. And that is one fancy-ass looking shot lock there. And once we get it down a little further, maybe it'll be a bit more pliable for a photo. No, get out of the shot, you piece of shit. You just photobombed it. Oh, well, you're dead anyway, that's fine. And that selfie pose doesn't really help. It looks great, but it doesn't really help. Shit. I swear to God, I'll get it eventually. I'll get him. I'm gonna get him. Even if I have to goddamn charbroil him to do it. I'm gonna get this goddamn photo. He's down to like 2 bars now. I need to do this. Fucker! Where do you keep coming from? Done. Yes! There we are. Got the picture. That's the last picture I needed. No more selfies. For the rest of this LP, no more selfies. Alright, now let's finish you off with a little spot of Goofy and a lot of fire-based attacks. Stop scattering around. There we are. I'm pretty sure this Keyblade also gives you fire boost. I'm pretty sure, which makes sense given the whole cooking theme, you know. Oh my god, Demon Tower's so irritating. Especially when he just spawns a bunch of little ass shadows. It's like, have you not got enough jobbers helping you on this one? Get dead already. I'm no longer amused by your shenanigans, Demon Tower. Get moidered. And that looked sick. That was a good kill. That was a very good kill. We're gonna breeze through the rest of those now, as we did before. All but 2 of them. We're gonna complete all but 2 of the battle gates. The next one has us face a Berserker in the Frozen World. Berserkers were Psyxes, nobodies from Kingdom Hearts 2. Also bastards, with loads and loads of invincibility frames. Oh, and a Dusk, apparently. Let me just nuke this Dusk with my... Oh, you kill-stealing fucker. Okay, let's not nuke the Dusk then. I guess Marshmallow wanted to kill it. Then we have Pirate World, where we just fight pirates. Obviously. Get dead. Get very... Oh, that looked kind of painful. Jesus. All those goddamn fireworks just piercing him in the back. Couldn't be more dead if he tried. Got a new selfie pose. We'll have to show that off later as well. Another axe guy. Even amongst the battle gates, the axe guys are overdone. They were just really proud of this mini-boss, it seems. I guess. I don't know. More cufflinks, not that any of them really match to the stuff I got for taking all the Lucky Emblem pictures. And here we have a San Francisco-based mob who, given the 2 levels, are really hard to find all of them. Like, where's the... Oh, there it is, down on the bottom right. I got him. I got him. Yeah, they were just scattered everywhere. They were hard to find, but I did it. Thankfully, these aren't timed. That gives us number 12, and with that, that is all but 2 of the of them done. Let's double check my photo missions, which I've now completed all of those, getting me an Orichalcum, an AP boost, a Soothing Gem, and a Betwixt Gem, a Twilight Shard, and that was it. Oh, that's kind of disappointing. I was maybe hoping for something a bit more intense than that. You know, like an Orichalcum Plus. You know, the item that I need to craft myself the ultimate Keyblade. That would have been nice. Well, I guess that's going to be the rest of this video. Me acquiring these 7 Orichalcum Pluses, most of which are tied to minigames, so that I can craft the Ultima weapon. Let's go. So the next one, thankfully, is just sitting in the final world, which you can revisit, even though it's just the cloudy bit. So there it is, the Orichalcum Plus, that is all ours now. And just like that, we can leave. The next one is in the Pirates world. I guess you could say this is tied to a minigame, because you have to sail for it, so... Yeah, there's one very particular island where, bang in the middle, in an unassumingly small chest, just to be extra mean, there is another one of the Orichalcum Pluses, one of the most valuable items in the game. Rude, hiding it there. Anytime you shop for Moogles, they can give you prize postcards. If you put enough prize postcards into one of these post boxes, you will eventually get an Orichalcum Plus. There it is. I did a shitload of shopping to get all of those. And I just noticed the Triforce. That is a nice Triforce. Okay, so for the final gummy ship world, once you're actually out of the big horrible fortress, there is a big outer area. And if you fly around that outer area, you can fight recolored versions of all of the gummy ship bosses. Once you've beaten all of them, you can then fight a recolored version of the, I believe it's called the Omega ship or something like that. You can fight this thing, but more powerful. I have heavily upgraded the doggos with like laser capabilities and extra defenses, and I've also buffed the 2 little Borfers flying around with me by giving them little ships. And this fight was still a motherfucker. This still took me ages. Look at the timer on the top left. 13 minutes, and I have maxed out these Borfers. I have maxed these puppers. And that is how long this is taking me. And he has a third form. You beat the top, you beat the bottom. Tell a lie. You beat the top again, and then you have to beat the center. 4 phases he has. He doesn't half go on, but thankfully this last one is very simple. When he's about to shoot, get out of the way. You have 2 directions you can choose from, up or down. Either way will keep you safe. And that is him done. That is the end of the Borfers. And doing that gives me another Orichalcum Plus. Lovely. This will, even though this is a lot, and I did spend literal hours doing all of these minigames, I'd argue that it's worth it for the Ultima weapon, because holy shit. Over in Frozen World, we have the sledding minigame, which will bring us the last Orichalcum Plus we need. This sledding minigame has a bunch of hidden numbered items in it, and you have to collect every single one of them in order to get the Orichalcum Plus. Not on a single playthrough, thankfully, because that would be literally impossible, because they're on different paths. But I'd recommend an FAQ for this one, because holy shit, this one's difficult, because it's such a big sprawling mountain. There are so many paths, there are so many hidden nooks and crannies. Some of the hidden items are hidden between trees. They're hard to get, so yeah. The first one's bang in the middle, right in the centre, just to teach you that they're acquirable. And then after this jump, that's where everything branches out. So, to get number 2, we're going to head to the left here. Keeping to the left as much as possible. And you'll see just how many, like, paths it branches out to. Like, too many. Too many for this to be a reasonable request. But there's number 2. So with that, we now need to backtrack a little bit. So to get number 3, when you came off that second big jump, you need to land on this rail. Once you're on the rail, you can do a sweet double jump, which the game doesn't tell you, you have to figure that out yourself. But with that sweet double jump, you can stay nice and high on all of these rails. Very Sonic Adventure 2. For that rail, don't get onto it. You then need to fall down here. And then once you're down here, you can find number 3. God damn, how would you do this without an FAQ? Okay, for number 4, you get off that second big ramp. And then, you've got to stick to the right here. You take this path. And as you go through this little icy cavern here, you move on to... Basically, this whole slider minigame seems to be in kind of phases. And each phase is kind of separated by the big jumps. So this is at the end of phase 2. And then you have the beginning of... then you have phase 3. Yep, there we are. That's where we are now. We're on phase 3. The whole new area. And we keep to the right, keep to the rails, and... onto this one. Nope, fuck it. Completely boned that one. But that's okay, because what we actually want is down over here. We'll take this little secret cave on the right. We'll take that sweet jump, which isn't a phase, that's just a secret jump. And then we land onto this spot here. Or this rail, sorry. And from this rail, like I said, this is complicated, isn't it? It's hard to gauge even where I'm going, considering how sprawling this is. Imagine having to follow an FAQ to suss this all out. There's number 5. It's at the top of that peak, which you have to do a lot of jumps to get onto. Keeping with phase number 3, I'm losing track now. This is really complicated when you sit back and watch it all. Editing it was fine. Complicated to actually discuss it. This one's just on the ground, thankfully. Number 6. Got it. Nice. And then the next one, number 7, is just buried in these trees. You just have to really stick to these crystals, using them as a guide. And then you... Fuck. This could be more awkward. There you go, you find them here, amongst all the trees. Sitting on a ramp as well, so it's one of those things where, annoyingly in this game, you can't turn your sled around to go backwards, so if you miss it, start again. Number 8, when you jump off the ramp for phase 3, stick to the left, and you'll find a grind rail. Hidden between trees. Kind of the best of both worlds. You hop on that rail, and it gets you that one. And number 9 is where we get to phase 4, the last big jump before the minigame is finished. And for this one, we stick to rails, and that gives us number 9. Fantastic stuff. And then we have a massive cave system to navigate through. While you're in this cave system, if you keep to the far right, but then when you get to this very particular spot, turn left. And not yet, not yet, not yet. Like I say, this is really hard for an FAQ to explain. There you go. Turn left at that spot. And then that takes us to the absolute last stretch of the minigame. There we go. I think that was phase 4. Maybe that was phase 3. I don't know. I just made up this phases thing on the spot, and it's not actually that good of a frame of reference. Whatever. That's the Orichalcum Plus acquired for the sledding minigame. That one was the hardest. And I can never get a rank above D. I don't know what the game wants from me, but I don't really care. Because I'm not here for ranking, I'm here for ultimate weapons. Here we are, back in San Francisco, which apparently is just where I like to make my Keyblades and cash in my missions. And there is the ultimate weapon. Look at those goddamn stats, 13 on everything. I love its design, it's just a spiky, incomprehensible mess. Which, you know, for as much as we rag on those, I do kind of like them in some contexts. We're going to swap out the honey spout, sorry bees, because this weapon is just absolutely ridiculous. And we're going to use this weapon to fight the super boss. So yeah, the super boss is actually the last battle gate. So just to give you an idea of what this weapon is like, we're going to do the penultimate battle gate, this one here, next to the final world. This is against a big dino bastard. Now, here's the shot lock for the ultimate weapon, which we're going to be demonstrating first. I want you to pay close attention to this boss's health bar. So at the moment he's 2 bars down, right? So what we do is we move back away from him, and we activate the shot lock. For this one, you can only actually target one enemy, and you have to proper hold it on them or it won't work. But if it lands, it takes off 4 fucking bars of health. Here's another one. This is the most powerful move in the game. It just fucking destroyed that enemy who has quite a lot of HP. And quite a lot of defense as well, so... yeah, I absolutely ruined his day. And that's not even getting into the form itself, which just makes you Super Saiyan. It lets you wield hundreds of Keyblades and warp around and just fucking... you make Xehanort look like a little bitch, basically. Oh, what's that? I took a hit? Never mind, I'll just warp over to you and just destroy you completely. Almost effortlessly. That gets me the Celestiad, and I think I'm now prepped and ready to take on a super boss. Considering that the second strongest encounter in the game, allegedly, was that. Now, I'm on beginner mode for this fight, and I kinda wish I could fight him on critical mode, because this fight would be intense on critical. Because this is the Dark Inferno, who is... while he's sadly not Sephiroth, and I'm legit disappointed that it's not Sephiroth or some other inspired super boss, this guy's pretty dope. This Heartless is pretty fucking tough. He just goes for you. And he has a lot of moves that are like homing and instantly warp him around. He's kind of an even match for me. Maybe not so much when I'm in my final form, but for the most part, he's an even match for me. So yeah. Oh shit, even my final form's taking a little punishment there, so never mind. Yeah, no, the Dark Inferno is just a absolute bastard of a fight. He's not a bad super boss design-wise, I just wish he wasn't a generic Heartless. But then again, I also don't want him to just be some fucker in a black cloak, because they've done that as well, and that's just annoying when they try and do that. So yeah. Anyway, he's actually forcing me to try my hand a little bit and go into my rage form, because despite being on, you know, normal mode, difficulty-wise, and having the ultimate weapon, and being over-leveled, and having the ultimate armor, he's still getting me down to low health quite a lot. He's still quite challenging. And that move there in particular, which just homes in on you, I hate that one. That one is a bastard to avoid. I do not know how I'd go about dealing with it at a higher difficulty. But that's half the fun of these super bosses, is trying to outwit them, figure them out, learn their patterns, and work around them accordingly. God damn it, he's doing the thing again. Alright. So even trying to jump out of the way, they just fly up and hit you. They just... Yeah, that little bit of guarding is the most reprieve I've managed to get from that move. I imagine invincibility frames are your answer. You've just got to utilise them. Anyway, back to my ultimate form. Let's continue to bap him with Super Saiyan attacks. Maybe some iframes as well while we're at it. Maybe. Nope. Yeah, no, let's just fuck him up. Let's just mash the X button and hope for the best. Nice. Oh, hello, Blizzard. Don't mind that one. And wow, that is the most clusterfucky this fight has gotten, and I'm okay with it because I'm the one doing it. I don't mind clusterfucks if I'm the one making them. Here's another one of those big fuck-off attacks. And how much health is he left on? Oh, still quite a few bars. He's still going strong. Oh, Christ, I'm stunned. Oh, God. Oh, I can't block from all directions. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Stop it. Oh, that's horrible. Oh, hello. Just doing his slashes, which even if you guard them, he just keeps going, so he'll get you eventually. Just gotta get them iframes out. Oh, hello. What's he doing now? What's he doing now? Oh, it's that stun again. Thankfully, I managed to shake the stun off. And ultimate form. Ooh, I am low on health, and my MP is still going up. I need to just keep bullying him until I can heal again. And just do not die. That is the current arrangement. Ooh! Oh god, rage form. I'm pretty sure on harder difficulties it doesn't let you just keep using rage form like that, so I would have died there. Woof. Yeah. But, you know what? This seems right. This seems like a good way to end the fight. You think you're the most powerful Heartless in the motherfucking world? Get the fuck out of here. I'm Sora. I may be this little paragon of light, but I'm still better at darkness than you are. Eat shit. And with that, we get the Crystal Regalia. Very nice. We get the Finger Smack. I think it's kind of weird that we only just learned how to do certain selfie poses, considering we've now 100%ed this game, for all intents and purposes, but... Hey, Donald! Donald! One more selfie! One more selfie! And... Blink! Okay, that doesn't work very well. Actually, kind of doesn't work. There we go, how about this one? There we go. There's the yoink. There we go, it's like he's holding a little Donald toy. And he's very happy about it. Alright, that is us done until the DLC drops. And then we will continue this LP. So, see you soon.